Hello student, today we are going to discuss May June 2019 spreadsheet part. So this is your question paper. Let me make it a little big so it will be visible more properly. Okay, now first one, text 1, evidence 1 document. Create a new word processing document. Make sure your name, sentence number, category number will appear on every page of this document. So that means you can give it either header or footer anywhere, so better to give in header. Save this evidence document as a word processing document in your work area with the work area as J193 evidence followed by your candidate number. Example like this. So let me first open create one evidence document. Let me create the evidence document using Microsoft Word. First check the page layout. It should be narrow, so then you can get maximum space for your screenshot. So margin should be narrow. Click on insert menu, give on header, choose second option, write down your name, then sentence number SA139 for boys, candidate number 1234. After that, write down evidence 1. If you think you can make it a little bit bold so examiner can see it properly. Okay, now let me make check this next question. Okay, now what they're asking, tax 1 spreadsheet. Okay, before that you need to save the evidence document, right? So file, save as, you will save it in that folder, in the desktop, your main folder, that is 3.1. And what will be the file name? File name will be J1931 evidence, J1931 evidence, and it should be your candidate number and Word document. Done. Minimize this evidence document. Next part of this question, task 2, spreadsheet. You are going to prepare a spreadsheet for special disk cells. The company makes and sells storage devices. The company has 49 employees, and the company uses a spreadsheet to record the hours worked each week and calculate the pay of the employee. All employees are paid in euros, with which must be displayed as 2 decimal place. That means you have to mention the euro symbol as well as 2 decimal place. Open and examine the file J1931 temp.imp.csv. So first of all you have to open your file and you have to save it as an Excel workbook. Let me check whether they ask for that one or not for saving. Yeah, they ask at last part of this question. It should be SDS underscore, so it should be your center number and candidate number followed by SDS center number candidate number. So file, save as, it should be SDS underscore center number SA139, candidate number, by default candidate number I gave 1234, and it should be Excel workbook. Save. Now next part of this question, what they're asking, replace the text with cell A1 SDS weekly pay. So cell A1, it should be SDS weekly pay. Now next part of this question, delete row 3 to 7. So block like this way, keep your cursor pointer over row number 3 to 7. You have to block, right click and delete. And after that what you have to do, format the top of the spreadsheet is look like this. So it should be look like this. First check SDS weekly pay, it is bigger than the normal format. Even the background color is different, it is bold, and the row number A1, it is fully merged up to K. So and then row number 2 is hide it. Okay, so first what you will do, row number 1, make it little bit big, A1 to K. You have to right click here, format cell. Before format cell you can click on merge cell, margin center, and this font weekly pay should be big. So you can select this one and make it big like this. It should be bold also, more big, and it should be right align. Keep this one and make it right align. Alignment should be right. So block this part is done. Alignment should be right, and background color should be gray color according to the question paper. Yes, right align, right click, and font color will be white. Format cell, click on format cell. So you can change the font style here also. You can make it big. I just select a to the power, so it should not be. It should be also, like, you can do anyways. You can change the font size. They didn't mention any font size. According to the question paper, you will do. Font color should be this one. Fill color, that means background color should be brown, dark brown. Yes, okay. Now check your question paper whether it is correct or wrong. Yes, correct. Row number 2 will be hidden. Some part of the 1/4 of the part. 1/4 of the part of row 2 should be visible. Any other thing? First one is done. Then office job, this thing should be in italic. Row number 3, row number 3, 4 should be italic, and some sentence should be written in 2 columns. So make it row number 3, 4, it should be italic, and definitely size should be big. Okay, then let me check the remaining part. Office job, row number 4 will be little bit big. Row number 4 will be little bit big. So I think I made it too much big, so let me make it little bit small. 16, 14 is okay. Now it should be big, and some sentence of this row for sale, office name, like office name should be in 2 line. So make it little bit big. And wrap text, you have to select wrap text, click here, and it should be center align, this one, middle align, and then center align. First middle align, then center align. Office name, then next one, once column is empty, let me check. Yes, on one column is empty. Then job code should be 2 line, so it should be wrap text, then middle align, then center align. Done. The next, job description, rate of pay. Job description, wrap text, middle align, center align. Make it little bit big. Description and rate of pay should be visible in one cell. Now check the question paper. Both of them are okay, like row number 3 and row number 4. Now next part, what you have to do, you have to block this 2 from A5 to B13, and it should be some drag, like bold line should be there outside of this one, and background color should be white. So how to do this one? A5 to B13, you can do together. So A5 to B13 and D5 to F13. So press Ctrl button, D5 to F13. Then select this one, thick box border, click on this one, and the background color should be white. Okay, now check. Everything is look like this. Okay, now row number 16, 13, 14, 13 is okay, 13 is done, 14 is done. Row number 15 is employees. Row number 15 and 16, it should be italic. Okay, row number 15 and 16. Row number 15, block row number 15 and 16. It should be italic, and it should be little bit big also, like this way. Now check whether the first row and this way, yes, it was 14 point, this one also 14 point is correct. Now like previous one, you have to do like that way. So this width of height of this row 16 will be big. And next what you have to do, payroll number, it should be in two line. So click on wrap text middle center align. Payroll number, let me make it big, and this side also. Okay, then next part of this question, first name, it should be wrap text first, then middle, then center align. Then last name also middle center align. Oh, before that you have to click on wrap text last name. Now next one, office code, it should be big, wrap text middle and center aligned. Next one, job code will be in one cell, it's okay, it should be middle center. Yes, done. Then next one, office name, it will be in two line. Okay, job code, it should not be center, just it should not be middle, it should be center. Office name, it should be wrap text two line, middle center. So what you can do, you can make it small. Then job description, okay, this one should be a little bit big, it should be wrap text middle center align. So description and is not visible. Then next one, what they're asking to do, contact hours, so make it big, so wrap text middle center align. Then hours work, rate pay, hours work will be two line, so wrap text middle center aligns. Rate, it should be center, pay also center, block rate and pay, and it should be center align. Done. Now next part of this question, anything left, 17 is visible, 17 is visible. Now you have to now format the marge A1, have the white text, this is done, this part is done. Now you have to save the spreadsheet, already it is saved. Okay, done. Place your name, center number, candidate number, right align in the header. Okay, first insert header, so this is the right align in your name of the header, name, comma, center number SA139, candidate number 1234. This is by default candidate, don't put this candidate number. Okay, now next one, what they're asking, in the place the text last edited on followed by automated date. Okay, next one, place in the text last edited on followed by automated date, and then space, and then automated time. Left align in the header, last edited, left align in the header. Okay, okay, now click on left align, and here automated date. So go to design part, current date, comma, space, current time. After that, what they're asking to do, yes, done, this part is over. And check, it is showing in two page, so if you want to check it in one page, click on view and then select normal. Okay, now it will be look like this. Now next part of the question, what they're asking, create a name range, call offices using only the cell A5 to B13, offices A5 to B13, block this one, right click, define name, write down offices. So check whether O is capital or small. It's normal O, not capital. So offices, and what they're asking, you have to take the screenshot of this one. So you know how to do this one. I think you can do press print screen, or you can use snipping tool. Okay, done. See, offices is visible here. Check my cursor pointer, office is visible here. Now next one, in cell A17 use a function F17 use a function to look up the office name using the office code column for the lookup value and the range office for the offices for the array. Range offices for the array. F17 use a F17 office name. So what will be the lookup value? Use office code column. So office code column is this one. This one will be the lookup value, and what you have to do after that, office code will be lookup, use office code column for the lookup value and the range offices for the array. So this is the office name. Basically you have to find out the value from this range, and this one will be the lookup value, office code. So you have to, all the data given in vertical way, so you have to use VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP, lookup value will be office code, this one, and table array should be offices. If you block, it will come offices, and column index, my value belongs to the second column, so 2, and range lookup will be 0 for getting exact value. Apply the formula in the down cell. Okay, done. Next part, what they're asking, in cell G17 use a function look up the job description, use the job code column for the lookup value and do not use name range. Okay, job description is here, and job code column is this one. So you have to use this thing, this value, and for finding out the job description. And in this case you cannot use any name range. Here we will not use name range because we did not define any name, right? And our lookup value will be the job code. So use VLOOKUP because data given in vertical way. So lookup value will be job code, and table array will be up to this job description. Okay, and give it absolute cell reference if in F4 or F4. Okay, because we are going to collect the data from the same place of different side of the table. Column index means it will look up the value from second column, like 2. Range lookup will be 0 for getting exact value. Apply the formula in the remaining cell. Okay, done. Now check after administration, office also there, some value also given here. Now next part of this question, this part is done. Job description. In cell J17 use a function to look up the rate of the pay. Do not use a name range. J17, J17, where is our J17? Here you have to find out the pay rate. So pay rate is belongs to this one. So in this case your lookup value will be job code, because in this area, if you see this area and the downside, you will see only one field is similar, that is job code. So through job code you can call the value, and here data given in vertical way, right? So you can use VLOOKUP. Definitely VLOOKUP. What will be my lookup value? My lookup value will be job code, because this field is similar with the data field from where we are going to collect the data. So table array should be up to 3 column, and it should be absolute cell reference FN F4 or F4. Column index is 3 because my value belongs to third column, and range lookup will be 0. Now this is the rate of the pay. Done. Now next part of this question, in case 17 use a formula to calculate the pay based on the hours worked by this employee. So you have to find out the pay and based on the hours works, so you have to multiply count hour and pay rate. So it should be equal to hours work into rate. But here if you see, no data is given. So in that case, what you will do, this is the tricky part of this question. So what you will do, you will copy all the data from contact hour and you will paste it here. So what they are asking in the question, in J17 use a function, okay, this one. In K17 use a formula to calculate the pay based on the hours worked by the employee. But nothing is given in the hours work. Here hours work means you have to copy all the data from here, contact hour, copy and paste it here. Paste it in this under hours work. Because if contact is 25 hours, one employee needs to do 25 hours. Okay, now it will be pay will be equal to I17, right? I17 into J17. Enter. Now apply the formula in the remaining cell. Done. Okay, next part of this question is done. Replicate this formula for to replicate the function used in 4 to 7 each employee. Step 4 to 7 to each employee. 4 to 7, that means we replicate means apply the formula in the remaining. We already did this one. In cell I67 use a function to count the number of employees who work some hours during this week. Some hours. That means that employee who works some hours. That means that employee work some hours. Some employee never work, right? So you have to count that one. So I here contact sorry, where I have to write the formula in I67. So this is I67 count. You have to count the number of employee who work some hours. That means employee hours work should not be hours work should not be 0. If it is 0, it will not, it should be more than 0. So hours work, if you check, all the value belongs to more than 0. This just examiner wants to know whether you can do it or not, because in this question paper they put some condition. In I67 use a function to count the number of employee. Here they put condition who work some hours during this week. Some hours means it should be more than 0. So that means count with condition, you have to use countif function. So countif, it should be range should be hours work, that is I15 to I65. Block this one, and criteria should be greater than 0. Now 49 employees, okay, who work full hours or some hours. Next one, in K67 use a function to calculate the total pay for all employees. K67 total pay, so just you have to add it, equal to sum, first bracket, what is the first cell address of this one, this is K17, and last cell address will be, you have to give is to sign, it will be K65, close the bracket, done. And all the value, pay value basically should be what symbol, it should be pound symbol, right? Check the question paper what they're asking, euro symbol and 2 decimal place. So in this case what we'll do, rate and this one, rate of pay, it should be right click, format cell, number, currency, 2 decimal place, it should be euro symbol. dollar, 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 dollar. This is pound. And this is euro. You can give any kind of euro, any country euros. Okay, done. This one also, right click, format cell, currency. It should be euro symbol. Euro, 2 decimal place. Oh, it's not pound, it should be euro. 2 decimal place. Done. Okay, next part of this question, what they're asking to do. Print spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure it is landscape orientation. Row and column heading are displayed. The content of cell are fully visible. So in that case, what you have to do, what they're asking. Let me check. This part is done. Print. Oh, sorry. We miss a lot of question. In cell 67, use a function to calculate the total paid. This is done. In hours worked by the employee were the same as the contact hours. See, here they mention these things. So the hours worked by the employee were the same as their contact hour, except for this following. So you have to find out this name, and you have to, this is first name, this is last name, and you have to change the hours worked value. Okay, so it's a boring job, but you have to do that. So where is my first name? Here, keep your cursor pointer here and Control F. Find out the name. First one is Alfonso. And next, so Alfonso, it should be hours work will be 25. It's okay. Then Sergi. Now this way you can check. Also this one you can check SERGIE. So it should be how many hours? 24 hours. So it is given. It should be 24 hours. So in that case, what you can do, you can block this one by some color. It is not mandatory, but you can understand that these are the value you change. Okay, so it is the 24 hours. You can take the screenshot and give it in the evidence document. So examiner will be understand that you change the value according to the question paper. So this one, then this name we have to find it out. Let me go to my first name, Control F, Control V, find next. It will be here given 12, it should be 0. So it should be 0. Now you will get total number of employee less. Earlier we got 49, we will get less now. Now you can block this one also by some yellow color. Don't give too much dark. If you take the printout, then it will be too much dark because you are going to take the black and white printout, right? Now see, it will show you 48 employees or something, worker. Okay, next one, this way. This part also you have to, this name you need to find it out. First name, using first name. So go there, keep your cursor pointer here, Control F, Control V, find next, and it will be how many hours? It will be 32 hours. So instead of 12 hours, it will be 32, and drag it by, click outside this 32, drag it by yellow color. So next one, Sandra. Control C, keep your cursor pointer here, Control F, Control V, find next. Sandra is not available. SNDRA, find next. Yeah, it is available. It should be 0. Sender copper. Instead of 30 it should be 0, and you need to click outside, select this one and select yellow color. So this way you will change that one, and after that what they are asking to do, apply the appropriate formatting. That means we did already row number 17 to 67. So appropriate formatting row number 17 to 67, that means they're talking about that two decimal place and the currency symbol. So we did that one earlier. Save your spreadsheet, print your spreadsheet showing the values. Make sure the printout fit on a single page wide. Content of the all is fully visible with no split word. Okay, so everything should be visible with no split word with the values. So if you want to make everything visible, it should be landscape. They did not mention here whether it is landscape or not. So you have to understand yourself because this is the protect line. So file print. So page setup, it should be landscape. Okay. Now all the data will be visible. Yeah, no, something is left, right? That pay, that one. So what you will do in that case, fit on a one page wide, and percentage should be less, like 85% if you make. So pay is visible, right? So you can make it 90% also, no problem. 90%. Now check pay is visible. Yes, pay is visible, but it will take two printouts, two page printouts. And if you want to make like whether they ask for column and row heading, fit on singular content of all the cell fully visible. If you want to give row and column heading, that's not a problem, you can give also, but in that case go to sheet and row and column heading, then press OK. Even now see pay is not visible, so rate is there. So page setup, in that case it will be decrease 5%, then pay is visible, row and column heading, then you can take the printout. That's all. Now next part of this one. So if you take the printout, this one will be shaded, right? The examiner will understand that these are the value you change. That is a good idea. Okay, now next one. If you check the next part of this question, print on a spreadsheet showing the formula. Make sure it is landscape orientation, row and column heading are displayed. The content of all the cell are fully visible. Okay, create a spreadsheet, extract. Okay, now first what you have to do, you have to go to formula, then click on show formula and block whole thing. Double click between two column. Now all the things should be visible properly, and it should be landscape page orientation. Oh, this one is not visible, right? Office, you can make this one is small. You can small make any other field, you can make it small. But this one you cannot make it small. Okay. Page layout, orientation, landscape. What they are asking? It is landscape, row and column heading are displayed. The content of all the cell are fully visible. So they did not mention that it should be one page wide. Okay, so that means it can be two page wide. So you can print out like this way, but it should be clear that all the formula is visible. So this formula was not visible, right? So you have to make it that much big, so all the formula should be visible. Even this one should not be there. District manager, all the formula should be visible, and then you can take the printout. If the formula is not visible, they will cut your mark. But they did not mention that it should be one page wide, so you can take multiple page printout also. Okay, then you can take the printout. Now next part of this question, before going to the next part of this question, you have to close formula view. So view, so formula, show formula view, click again and block whole thing, double click between two column, then the column width will be same. Perfect. Okay, now next part of this question, what they are asking to do, create a spreadsheet extract showing only the employee who work in London and Zagreb, and they have the word sell in their job description. London and Zagreb. Okay, London or, right? So you have to block this one, go to data. They're asking for extract, right? Extract means, so data filter. So what they're asking, first they're asking employee work in London or Zagreb. So office, job location, job description, works hour, first name, last name, office code, job description, contact hour, hours work, and office name. This one uh, text filter, contain equals, you can write anything, or equals, first one you have to write down the London, and you have to mention equals also here. It should be jQuery, then press OK. Nothing is showing, right? So what was the mistake? Click on filter again, click on filter. So office name, so contain London, not contain, equal to, it's not contain, it's equal, or equal, we need to give or, then you will get the value. Why? Because both value London and Zegberg belongs to the same field name. Okay, so you have to know that one. And next condition was like that, have the word sales in their job description, sales spelling as capital. So what you have to do in this case, so click here, contain, contains equal to contains cells. Okay, now you will get the value. After that, what they're asking to do, sort the extract into ascending order of last name. Okay, ascending order of last name. So last name, it should be ascending order. So select the last name, ascending A to Z. Okay, next one, this is start. Now ascending order, you can check. Okay, done. Now next part, height column DEHIJ. Height rows 3 to 15. Height rows 3 to 15. Row number 3 to 15, you need to block, right click, height. Then height column DEHIJ. D, block D, E, H, I, J. Right click and hide it. Done. They didn't ask for delete, they asked for hide. Print the extract showing the value. Make sure the printout fit on a single page of content of all required cells are fully visible. So just you need to print it, that's all. But every value should be visible. Okay. So how many data we got after extract? 6 data. This is the last part of this question, I think. Okay, now next one, the start date of each employee will be added at the spreadsheet of 3 separate cell. Start date, one for the date and for the month and for the year. This spreadsheet will not only accept number as valid data. Rules are to be used to test that the month has been entered and valid number. Select the data or test these rules. External tests, another item of extreme test, abnormal test, normal test. So we'll discuss this one in the class. So what they're asking here, the start date of each employee will be added to the spreadsheet in 3 separate cells. one for day start date. Did they mention about anything start date? No, they are asking to in three different cell they will start date, one for the day, one for the month, and one for the year. Okay, the spreadsheet will not accept any number as valid data. Okay, the spreadsheet rules are to be used to the test that month has been entered as a valid number. Rules are to be used to test that month has been entered as valid. Select the data to test these rules. Okay, you must use each item to test data only once. Okay, that means in your evidence document identify the item test data that you would enter as extreme test, another item of extreme test data. So extreme test data means it should be out of boundary, you know that. No, abnormal test, normal text, out of boundary, you know. Extreme means in the range of the boundary, but it will be the border area value. Like if your range is 0 to 7, then your extreme data will be 6 or 7. Okay, so that is called extreme test. Another item of extreme test belongs to two side area value. Like if your range is 0 to 7, 1 can be extreme data, even 7 can be extreme data. Okay, so you have to give another example, two example. Abnormal test which is not abnormal data means which is not in the range of your data, and normal test means which is range of your data. Okay, so I think you can do it. uh, if you have any question you can ask me in the class. Thank you for listening.